Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I pay homage to the Buddha, the worthy one, the blessed one, the worthy one, the self-realized one. Khettūpama Petavatthu, the story of the likeness to fields. While the blessed one was dwelling at Khuddhaka Nivapa in Veluvana near Rajagaha, he told this story. At Rajagaha, there was an immensely wealthy banker known only by the name of Mahadhana Sethi. He had an only son who was amiable and charming. When he reached the years of discretion, his parents reflected thus: "If our son spends 1,000 per day, even in 100 years, these accumulations of wealth will not come to an end." They did not teach him a craft, thinking, since the learning of a craft would be a fatiguing exertion, let him with sound body and mind comfortably enjoy his wealth. Instead, when he was come of age, they procured him a charming bride, but totally lacking in a conception of Dhamma. With her he passed the time, given to enjoyment, delighting in and hankering after pleasure. At the death of his parents, he gave lavishly to dancers, singers, and others, and having wasted his wealth and became poor, he managed to live by borrowing money. But when he could no longer secure a loan and was pressed by his creditors, he gave them field and farm, house, and his other possessions, and became a beggar, and lived in the poor house in that same city. Now, one day, some robbers met him and thus addressed him: "Look here, man, what do you get out of this hard life? You are young and active. Come with us and make a comfortable living by stealing. We will train you." He agreed and went with them. The thieves gave him a large club. As they entered a house in which they had made a breach, they stationed him at the opening and saying, "If anyone else comes here, strike and kill him." He, mentally dull, not knowing friend from foe, stood there and awaited only the approach of others. Now the people in the house got up, and running very quickly and looking this way and that, saw the man standing at the breach with the words, "Here they are, the rogues, the thieves." They seized him and brought him before the king, saying, "Lord, this thief was caught housebreaking." The king commanded the town watch, cut off his head. This took him into custody and led him to the place of executions, flogging him with whips as he went along after the execution drum. At the same time, the populace shouted, "This plundering robber has been captured in this city." Now, at that moment, in the same city, the town belle, Sulasa by name, was standing at a window. She saw him led along, and since she had been acquainted with him in the past, she felt sympathy for him, who had attained great prosperity in this very town, and sent out sweet meat and water, and had this message delivered to the town watch: "May your honor wait until this man shall have eaten this sweet meat and drunk the water." Now, while in the same city, the venerable Mahamoggallana was contemplating clairvoyantly and noticed this man's predicament. His mind was moved with compassion, and he thought, "Since this man has not accomplished any merit but done weakness, he would be reborn in hell. Now, if I go and he gives me the sweet meat and the drink, he will be reborn among the terrestrial devas. Let me help this man." He accordingly appeared before the culprit as the drink and sweet meat were being brought. When he saw the elder, his mind was at ease, and he thought, "What benefit shall I derive from eating this sweet meat if I am put to death. Now this will become provision for my journey to the other world." So he had the sweet meat and the water given to the elder. When Moggallana saw that his misery had grown into joy, and he sat down, ate and drank, and arose and went his way. The man, however, was led by the headsman to the place of execution and beheaded, on account of the pious act done to the elder Moggallana. Unsurpassed field of merit, he was worthy of rebirth in the sublime Deva world. But his affection went forth to Sulasa as he thought, "I attained this gift thanks to her." And so, at the moment of death, his heart became impure, and he was reborn in a lower state and became a dryad in a large banyan tree of dense shade in the jungle. Now it came to pass that he, seeing Sulasa in her garden, bore her to his abode. Her mother lamenting, she bade him, and after a week, take her back. And she told the people who asked her what had happened, and they were full of wonder and said, And she told the people who asked her what had happened, and they were full of wonder and said, "The Arhans verily are the world's incomparable field of merit. Even a small act of mercy done unto them gives men rebirth among devas." Monks narrated the affair to the Blessed One, who then spoke these stanzas in explanation of this. Like unto fields are the Arhans, the givers are like unto farmers. Resembling seed is the gift, from this is produced fruit. This seed and cultivated field are for the Petas and the givers. This the Petas enjoy. The giver increases through the pious act. For doing a meritorious act here on earth and honoring the Petas, to heaven indeed he goes as his station, since he has done a good deed. At the end of the discourse, 84,000 persons were converted to Dhamma, to Buddhism.